today I'm going to be doing the controversial book tag. I was tagged by the wonderful Binta from Positive Writer, and I absolutely love her channel. It's so much fun to watch, and I just want to thank you so much for tagging me. I'm finally getting to this tag. It's gonna be fun. And the tag was originally created by I Live You for Books, and I absolutely love her channel as well, and I will put both of their links down below if you want to check out their videos. So this tag is pretty simple. There's been a lot of controversy in books in the last couple of years, or pretty much forever, and book tag asks 4 simple questions to highlight books that are pretty controversial that you enjoyed. So surprisingly, I don't have a lot of controversial stuff, so this was a hard tag to do, but let's just get started. The first question is, what is the most controversial book you have read or own, and why? And for this one, I am going with Long Division by Kiese Lamon. And this is, it's not very controversial in the sense that a lot of people talked about controversy, but if I had to say a book that I feel like would be very controversial, it would be this book. Since a lot of people haven't read this book, it's not obviously getting as much controversy as probably some other more popular reads, but I feel like if a lot of people read this book, it would probably be pretty controversial. So this book follows our 2 young characters, both African American males, and it kind of goes in this weird back and forth time jumps. It's a very interesting book and kind of hard to explain, so I'm just gonna read the Goodreads synopsis and kind of give you an idea of why it's so controversial. Kiese Lamon's debut novel is a Twain-esque exploration of celebrity, authorship, violence, religion, and coming of age in post-Katrina Mississippi, written in a voice that's alternately funny, lacerating, and wise. The book contains 2 interwoven stories. In the first, it's 2013, after an onstage meltdown during a nationally televised quiz contest. 14-year-old Setoyan City Coldson becomes an overnight YouTube celebrity. The next day, he is sent to stay with his grandmother in the small coastal community of Melotechi, where a young girl named Blaze Shepherd has recently disappeared. Before leaving, City is given a strange book without an author called Long Division. He learns that one of the book's main characters is also called City Coldson, but Long Division is set in 1985. This 1985 City, along with his friend and love object, Shayla Crump, discovers a way to travel into the future and steals a laptop and cell phone from an orphan teenage rapper called Blaze Shepherd. They ultimately take these with them all the way back to 1964 to help another time traveler they meet protect his family from the Klan. City's 2 stories ultimately converge in the mysterious work shed behind his grandmother's, where he discovers the key to Blaze's disappearance. This is like a weird time travel ebook, but the word that he has to spell is the N word in this quiz, and that's how it becomes like this huge controversy. And then there's this strange shed where his grandmother is keeping this other person hostage, this white teenager hostage, and it's a little creepy and a little strange and disturbing, but it's a good book, but I could see it being very controversial if more people read it. So that's the one I'm going to go for that one. And the next one is, what is a book with a controversial title or cover? And I've looked through all of my books for a really long time, and I couldn't find anything. I don't really have anything that I think would be controversial in terms of like the artwork or the title, so I really don't have anything for this question. And number 3 is, what is your favorite banned book? And for this one, I have to go with Perks of Being a Wallflower. This book was banned in quite a few places because it covers topics like homosexuality, rape, all of that, and it was just banned in a lot of ways, but I think this book is amazing. I really enjoyed it, and it stuck with me for a long time after I read it. And I don't have a physical copy of this book, which is kind of sad. It's something I really want to get in the future because I really enjoyed this book. And the next question is, what is a book that you bought or read because so much controversy surrounding it? And for this one, I have to go with The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. And when this book first came out, I think a lot of people really enjoyed it. And then as more people started reading it, there was this big controversy between the love interest in this story, because it borderline is rape and then Stockholm syndrome going on with the romantic part of this book. And I wanted to check it out for myself to see how the relationship was portrayed in the story. But I have yet to read it just because it's not something that I'm really interested in checking out. And I have a feeling that I'm going to agree with a lot of people that say the relationship isn't the best and it's kind of unhealthy. So I don't really want to get into it, but that is the reason why I bought this book and probably why I will eventually read it. But it's pretty low on my want to read, if that makes sense. And the last question is, what is a controversial book to film adaptation? And for this one, I'm going to go with The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. This book was, I feel like, pretty controversial when the movie came out because a lot of parents refused to take their kids to see this movie because the books are kind of commenting on religion and people's beliefs, and I think that was a big issue with a lot of parents. They didn't want those kind of topics to be discussed in a children's movie. So I think that was pretty controversial, but the movie became something completely and entirely different than the actual story of the book to kind of like ease the concerns of parents. So while the movie itself isn't really controversial, it was a big controversy because people were afraid that the movie would portray the same ideals that the book did, and it didn't. And then I had a lot of issues with it because I thought the movie could have been a lot better and it could have followed the book a lot better, but I feel like they kind of diverged on that just because there was so much controversy on the material of the actual book. So yeah, those are my answers to the controversial book tag. I really had fun doing it, even though I don't have a lot of controversial books in my collection. But thanks again, Binta, for tagging me. It's been fun doing this tag. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what is the most controversial book that you have on in your collection or that you've read. And I will see you guys very soon. The light is getting really weird. It keeps coming in and out. So yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.